Y'all, welcome to the next episode. I'm Slash McCloud. This is a Derail Valley realistic playthrough. I don't think I said that for the last episode. In any case, we're here at the oil refinery, just leaving out northbound. We've got this stupid massive train, and we're gonna try to move this with steam locomotive and a DH4. Why? Because this front cut of stuff is going to the food factory at the bottom of the hill. So if we can make it up this first hill out the oil refinery and make it down, we got it licked. We're well over tonnage for 2%, but we're not over tonnage for 1%. We're gonna give her. I'm gonna charge this thing's freaking chest. We're gonna go. On the sand, just let her eat. Come on, babe. Crank this baby wide open. Oh yeah, and it's full fire time, baby. You know what? Get out my locomotive. Remember I said, once it sounds like it's gonna go, then you can crack your thundercocks open. I'm gonna kick my sand off already. My throttle is on the freaking ceiling. The steamer. I'm gonna let the DH4 help me a bit here. I don't know that I'm gonna need it, but now it's already hot. I'll have to back it off a little ways. Ah, you're always hot, and I'm here just doing my thing because I'm a steam locomotive. Suck it. Don't get me wrong, the DH4 is way easier to use. Is it better? No, but it's easier to use. Nowhere near the power. I don't know that we even need it anymore. I'll shut it off. Let the steam locomotive do it. Some more fire on that. Oh. Maybe? Maybe we'll let it pull its own weight? Yeah, now we're talking. Alright, so what do we got? Well, we've got this haul from the oil refinery to the food factory in town. So, like I said, if we make it up this hill here from oil refinery to that junction, we'll be going downhill. No problem. We'll be home free, essentially. And that's going to Delta 2 inbound. However, we need to make sure we're positioned to go into the Bravo tracks because that's where the runaround is. So then the second cut is going to the goods factory. The third cut is a harbor, and the fourth cut is goods factory because I'm smart. I could have put those goods factory cuts together, but I didn't. Delta 6, Delta 2. Oh, actually, you know what? For the food factory, we don't have to do that. We can go into the Delta yard. There we go. I don't want to get it carried away there. I know the pressure's going down, but we're gonna stop going uphill here pretty soon. Bring my bar back. So there's 300 meters until a junction, which is a 20-kilometer-an-hour junction, and then the rest of it's downhill. So even though I'm at full throttle here, I'm going to be shutting back really fast. It might be a 30-kilometer-an-hour junction, but it's not fast. We'll just shut way back already. I'm going to roll my cutoff back to mid here. Shut the diesel off, or shut the power back at least. Oops. Hello? That's a 3. I'm gonna squeeze just a little bit of brake on. I start to see that needle move. Now I'm gonna shut my power off. And see that pressure came right back. Now's the time for water, by the way, not the damper. Don't touch your damper yet. Get your pressure under control with your water first. All right, so let's let the brake out now. Because the train will be kind of like in the midpoint, front and the back of the hill. Kind of on the crest there. Hopefully that recharges quickly enough I can re-grab it. We'll grab it again at 30. Trying to maintain. This is a very steep hill, by the way. This section between the food factory and point NP, particularly the junction to OR. It's very, very steep. Okay, so we're gonna grab some more air here. Take little bits here, take little bites. Until you get what you need. Just try not to go over 40 there. I don't know how far our train is back there. I'll shut my water off just to be sure. I do have dynamic brakes with the DH4 if I need it. Don't think the bummer you can't control it with the remote. Okay, that's under control now. We'll just leave it. I'm gonna kick that water on a little bit. Tire's good. I'm gonna let that pressure come down a little bit more. We'll just keep going. I really don't care about letting this thing slow down to pretty slow. Even 20 kilometers an hour is going to be fine. This is a very steep hill with a bunch of curves. I don't want to be over speeding it. That's fine. Be 2 more curves to the tunnel. Maybe it's just 1. No, it's 2. Now this is a 60-kilometer-an-hour section, but and you get going to 60 and then you try to apply brakes, you're gonna be having a hard time. You're gonna be hurting. I'm gonna let them out there and let them recharge for a second here. Oh. Get to 40 or so, and I'm gonna take him again. You can hear the air in the valve there. So if I put this in the lab, we're gonna come back and grab a little bit instantly, but this is like a 4% section of railroad. It's a very tiny portion of 4%, but We're already at track speed for that short bit there. Oh my. I spy a new locomotive with very big horns. City West Express, you say? Yes, please. Anyway, so 68 is 10 cars long. You know what I'm gonna do? Because I'm gonna cut that out again. Cut this back in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. 402. 763. Oh no. Well, I'll slam it on anyway. What's the other color car? 332. That one. That one. That one. All right, I got a little too far there. The brakes were hot. They took a little longer to slow us down. All right, so we're gonna let that out. We should be on pretty flat ground here now. We're gonna back up. We need to change our steam locomotives direction, of course. That's a lot of water. You come back over here. Do that. Hello. Open your dang cylinder cocks too. So. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe I'm stupid. There's 332. Wait. Looks at the board. Very clearly 12 cars. Says that's 10 cars. I'll be okay. You know what? I'll be all right. That's why this cut's 2 cars longer than I thought it was. Is because it's 12 cars. All right. No, I don't want to pull you. You weirdo. Go away. Yeah, you have to do this every time. If you could center the steam locomotive's cut off, like there was a center key or something, or there was like a notch that it would go to center at, like there, you wouldn't have to, but it doesn't, so you do. No matter. We'll just back that into its spot over here. So am I gonna do a dastardly thing? I think I might. Yeah, we are. Of course we are. This is hilarious. In the event of kicking, do not worry. It's just kicking. Kicking? I want to do some kicking. I know, I already makes that joke. I shouldn't, but I can. Who's gonna stop me? Okay. 3 cars to go. 2 cars to go. 1 cars to go. Up the air. May stop. Now our train's not nearly so heavy, but we have a steeper hill to climb. And we have less coal and water to do it with. Oh, that's a bunch. Don't do that. Okay. Oh, well, let's use the one that's already hanging. Why don't we? Okay. Oh, hand the air back off to the steam locomotive. There is a whistle signal for this in real life. I don't remember what it is. It depended on the railroad. What's in the handbook? I think that might be one of them. In any case. Oh, 34 minutes for bonus. Now we're talking. Let's go. All right, let's go look at our water cistern. Oh, we're in great shape. What do you mean? Everything's fine. So we gotta keep it under 50 going through the yard here to get out. But don't worry, because this first curve is a 30. So we actually gotta keep it under 30. And yeah, we'll let the AI fireman fire this shit again. Don't worry, he'll get it wrong, but the reality I'm prepared for. So I've just got that diesel in notch 1, and we'll let the steam locomotive work his brains off. It is raining already, of course. So let the steamer work as hard as it can, and we'll add power with the diesel as needed. Hey, where's my pressure, bud? And all that water you keep adding. You know what? I said I was gonna let the AI fire this, but I'm not gonna. I like intrigue and interest. There we go. Now we got some pressure coming. Let's go for it. We got about half throttle on that diesel. Wide open at 50% bar on this steam locomotive. We're gonna manage just fine. Now I need to make sure. Going downhill there. No, not that one. This one. Uphill there. All right. So the damper's wide open. We're just managing our pressure with the water here and the fire. Trying to let it work as hard as it can. Bottle's wide open. Fans on full because it's rainy. Give a little bit of help where we want. I will just plan on servicing the locomotive at the goods factory there. Even though we're due to the harbor, we'll make it to the goods factory, no problem. We won't need anything like sand or oil, but we'll check the cups and all that stuff there. Really, you don't ever need to be more than 50% bar climbing a hill. If you're over 15 kilometers an hour, you don't need to be any further ahead than that. Just wasting steam. Just trying to keep this thing against the pop. Once I crest the hill here, I'm gonna release the diesel or shut the diesel back first. So we're right here. We'll let that come back. Even though we're crawling over, I really do want to just absolutely crawl over this. Even with power on. It sets up your descent so much better. I'm gonna start leaving throttle. And the pressure's gonna start to go crazy because I got that fire hot. It's not very big. See, when your AI fireman fills the box up all the way, you're like, don't do that. I don't need that much fire. And it's like, but how do? how do fire? Not like that. You don't need that much. Ever. Almost ever. Your freaking thing is just on its knees, but we're gonna be. But we're definitely over tonnage for just a steam locomotive. Actually, we might be really close. If it wasn't raining there, we'd probably be okay. All right, I'm gonna shut that water off. Actually, I'm gonna leave it going one. No, it's halfway up the glass on the downhill, and then we'll shut it off. So now we're on the downgrade. The whole train's on the downgrade. You can tell because we're accelerating pretty good now. So we're gonna start to apply some brake. Just squeeze on until you see the red bar start to move. Give it one bar on your little meter there. If you need more, apply more, but start with the smallest amount you can. That's gonna want a little bit more. We're talking like a quarter of a bar or less there. That was not much. Fire's pretty low. Now it's cooled off quite a lot. Speed limit here is 60. It's good to remember where you are. Have a lot of hours and build up experience over the piece of railroad you're driving on. That way you don't have to wonder if you're going to overspeed the section. And I know I'm going to be down the section and off of it before we overspeed it. So I can leave the brakes here. I can leave the brakes alone. We don't have to get too much heat. We don't have to go crazy. I can pay attention to my fire, my injector, all of that. We can go have a look at our water tank. Hey, look, we're only down 2 bars after climbing 2 hills with help from the diesel, but that diesel was at 50% or less most of the time of that hill. And we were at all the way open with somewhere between quarter and 50% cutoff. So let's wait for this clinometer to zero out. Give it a few seconds to let some of the train roll on the flat, and we'll let the brakes up. You can see it too when you're watching out the window. So there's a level sign, level ground. And there's level on the clinometer. Give it a few seconds. It should start slowing down pretty rapidly. Because you were using that brake to hold the train on the hill. But once it's off the hill, it's going to start decelerating pretty good. Was that a... It's not derailing. Should be okay, but I'm going to stop and check just to make sure. That sounded like a derail noise. So, shut everything off. Bar all the way forward. Just a reasonable brake. We're not going into emergency here. We're just going to do a reasonable stop. And we'll do 3-point protection. Cylinder cocks open. Bar at center. Throttle shut off. Independent all the way. And just leave your train where it is. I'm going to check the whole train because that sounded weird. Looks like we're good. Okay. But good. I'd rather stop for nothing than not stop for something. Okay. So we're gonna get going again. Whistle off. Put the automatic out. Let that recharge. Put the independent out. Get some steam in the chest. We're on flat ground now, so this is no big deal. Come out of the corner just a little bit and give her. Fire's still pretty hot. Give it a good pull. Don't let the gas pressure stabilize for the throttle position and increase that gradually. Oh, 16. Exhaust strokes worth of. Now I'm gonna go to wide open. couple of shovelfuls of coal on there so I don't put the fire on her face. Actually, I may watch my throttle here. I don't want to just crater this poor fire. Bring my cutoff back to about a quarter. Let it keep working. Throttle wide open now. We are about to climb a hill, so I'm going to throw a couple of more scoops in there. Give that diesel notch 1 so it's, you know, not dead weight. We don't read grade signs here. We read clinometers. There we go. Pressure's right at the pop now. Right at the safety. We just watch that. I'm gonna leave the water going. Maybe not. I'll watch everything. I do want at least 1 notch of water just to try and replace what's being used, but now we're using a fair amount. Probably climb this hill with the water shut off and be fine. I do want to make sure that we run through. Probably fine, unless there's something there. How we know we'll be okay. We're 2 scoops. See, AI fireman, you don't need the box all the way full. That's gonna be a lot once we get to the top of the hill, which is right here. Cut that water off and it's gonna shoot right up. Start backing the throttle off already. Slice back a little ways here. If I can see the signs. Okay, since we have switching to do here, once we stop, I'll put the fireman in switching mode. Bring the AI fireman back. I don't want to overspeed this curve. That's fine. That's close, but it's fine. This curve here is like 30 kilometers an hour. Oh. Yeah, so I'm gonna put this AI fireman in shunting mode because that's what we're going to be doing. Oh, sorry, I messed with his water. Took my Mars slide off because we won't need it in town here. But I know it's been running the whole time, but it's okay. So that train goes into Delta 6 inbound, and that one goes into Delta 5 Right. There's another northern. I think what I'll do is use the diesel again. This out. Put the diesel back in. And we'll just pull up. The train is clear of the end of the yard. I'll leave the caboose in the end of the yard. I'm in the middle of the yard rather, but 5, 6. So both of them are going over here. Oops. Until I've been playing Railroader for several days. None of the Derail Valley controls are in my brain. Somewhere in here will be just fine. So 5 and 6 are over here. This is 5, this is 6 even. We just have to get past this switch right here. Three cars. One car. That's right. All right, run up and reverse the direction of our steam locomotive. And we're gonna figure out where these two separate. Two sets of cars. Alright, that's funny. As long as it's not in a forward direction, you're okay. Alright, so that's the one. So that cut is 9 cars. And D5. Hey slash, bud. You gotta swap. Gotta throw your switch, bud. I'll be okay, yo. Alright, well. Heck. That was annoying. I wonder if this poor little DH4 can even move this here. Kind of over tonnage for it, and we're on a hill now. 2% hill. Give him some help, eh? I don't remember how far it was, so we're going all the way as far as we can. It feels like it's probably far enough. I'm gonna make the necessary preparation just in case. All right. I was gonna say those protraction motors on the DH4, but it's not that. It's a freaking torque converter, fluid coupling. Please be far enough. Oh, that's rude. All right. Come on, you can do it. Go. Car length. One car. Half car even. I don't care about the steam locomotive bull stuff. All right, that's far enough. All right. So 9 cars, as we learned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 360 or 318, 7, 8, 9. That's a 318 right there. All right. Excuse me. Hello. Excuse me. Please allow me to infiltrate our lair. Damn it. No. That one we do want to let roll. There's no way, right? Kind of seems like there might be a way. Oh, but I gotta pull it anyway. This. All right. First things first. Get this cut stopped. On the track. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna pull that ahead a couple of cars again. Sorry, steam locomotive. That's just the deal. I'll run it back into the shop if I have to. It really hurts if you do it at high speed more than anything, but this isn't great. If I had to put the bar in the center too, it'd be better. Okay. There we go. Don't forget to shut your sand off. Okay, so we're gonna drop our make noises and drop our bye car's car. All right, now we go and unhook the diesel cans. Where do we unhook the freaking H4? I think we can. This thing making so much noise. Maybe just let the DH4 lead this into the track here. I don't need it anymore. Such a small train. But I know we will go look. Turn these in. Slam that on. We did. Handbrake, yes. Yes. How about over here? Yes. Good. We'll turn those butts in. See if we made a time bonus or not. It'd be really nice. And this one in first. That was the first one we picked up. 88 of 92 minutes. 100 grand. We'll take it. 60 of 57 minutes. Okay, we just missed that one. That was pretty close. Dang. All right. Anything going to the harbor? That's going to the harbor. Pipes, she said. Delta 2. I think we can manage that. 495, 135. Yeah, we're gonna put that steam locomotive on its knees again. Getting out of here is rough. We're gonna make an attempt of it though. You know what? Forget the dang. Oh, we got all that extra crap though. That's not that heavy though. We're gonna make an attempt with just the steam locomotive. Yeah, I know how to get out of here. Promise. Okay. We're lined for our junk. Good. Oh, but pipes. That's the pipes there. Did we damage the thing? Not that I can see. Okay. How's our water? No, it wasn't bad after climbing the hills. Put that dang flashlight at. There's a flashlight here somewhere. Yeah. Well, anyway. Oh, we're down 3 bars out of 7. We're gonna make it. You know what? We're making it. I should have picked up the cars first. Actually, no, I don't think so. And where are the cars going? D5I. D2I. Sure. Oh. We'd just be able to run into G5 and drop those and then back the pipes into C2. I did say I was going to stop here and do a quick service. We are going to look at the oil. Shut that off because we won't need it anymore. Force the handbrakes on the tail of the train. Did that get damaged at all? No, it did not. Beautiful. You know, sometimes things come together even better than you planned them. The rest of the time, put your independent on all the way into your cursor. I don't know why he's sitting some bounces, but you know. Oil level's fine. Alright. Even on an older locomotive like this, it's really not that much older than the Northerns, but if at all, because these might have been built during the Second World War. Mechanical lubrication can handle a lot, but the greasing of the rods, no, you can't do that with soft grease yet or oil. You need hard grease. You need to shoot that. Never did actually see what the... Oh, I did see what the water level was. So we're down 3 bars out of 7. But we're okay. And the boiler is fine. And we can be really economical about it if we want to. So 9 cars there. I didn't double check that was the right order, but it's the only pipes in the yard, so I'm going to assume that was the correct one. I hope I was right. Oh man, I actually need a fair amount of throttle to pull these out. So there's the last car, and the switch is over here. There's gonna be a hell of a fight out of the yard, actually. Let's let this thing stop. Probably further than we needed to go, but I wanted to make sure that we didn't have to try and start that again. Okay, now we can just slide back into those cars. Please don't hit the cars with the pipes. Cars are fragile. I don't want to have to pay for new windshields on no cars. I'm still trying to recover from that bullshit that we did 2 episodes ago. Okay, we'll just let this roll now. I'm gonna sit and watch. I guess we can build it. Going any faster than probably 15. That open. I have to be able to see back there. At some point, I'm not going to be able to see it. Sound is the brakes of my independent. Oh yeah, we're already back there. Getting there. I want to feel that caboose slow the train down. Feel all that stuff slow us down. We'll just let it out now because I want to go grab the hook there. We're not going to hit it fast enough to hurt it. Oh. So if you're in this case, I didn't realize we weren't that far away. And it starts to go rolling too fast, you just dump it. Dump the air. It's easier to recharge the air than to... Yeah, fine. Okay. Wow. We can make it in 10 minutes, right? Sure. 15. So it's getting late for me. You quit filming. Alright. We're gonna make this happen. Ready? Go. Full fire for you, except for... Actually, get the frick off my locomotive. I want that pressure coming up real quick. My fire set before I try to leave. I'm gonna set the independent so we don't roll anywhere. The water's lower than I'd care for. It'll be easier to get under control once we get underway. The extra pressure, heat of the fire. That pressure is going to come rocketing up once we move. All right, so this may be wide open. Let's go. Nope, you open. Kick the sand on again. Probably don't need it actually. There's our caboose back there. We want to try and maintain about 30 kilometers an hour up this. Doesn't look like it's going to be too hard. I might have overstoked that fire. It's okay, we needed water anyway. I don't know what the actual curve limits are. I know we just went past the speed sign, but it wasn't anywhere close. So that's a 40 there. We'll just use our throttle here to try to control our speed. Too much water slash. So we're this first curve here, leaving out. Big one. We got a right. We'll go out a little ways. Left around the hill. This hill here. And then we'll connect back up to the main line. Up there. We can get away with having the bar closer to center. Doesn't seem like it. Somewhere in between maybe though. We're on boiler pressure now, so. Well, the chest is at boiler pressure rather, so it's gonna be, where is the bar? Where's the cutoff? It's gonna be determine our pulling power. You can already hear it accelerate now. It's almost level there. Just listening. I'm listening to the engine. It's giving me audio cues. How quick it's going, how hard it's working. I can hear the water. I can hear. Now just listening to everything. That's at 2.2%. Oh, it's about 2.5 right here. With all these undulations, trying to keep the fire under control. Keep it hot, but not too hot. Get your water under control, but not too much. You know, keep your train speed under control. All that's rather. Pull that forward. Dial our chest down. Now we're gonna head downhill. All that work to try and build a hot fire and get pressure and water in. We're still gonna try and keep that because we're gonna need that for the water we're gonna need. Give this thing a huge slug of water for downhill, but pretty much shut off there. Okay, so now we are fully on the downhill. So from here, we got two choices. So we can go past AM and through the normal harbor way, or we can go past HV and down the east side. I think I will go down the east side, simply because that'll set us up for the G yard getting in. And we need to go to the G yard anyway, deliver these cars. We'll get set up for that. Just gonna leave the notch, leave the water on notch 1, throttle shut off, bars all the way forward, cylindercocks are open. Cylindercocks are superfluous at this point, but we're gonna just try and manage our speed. I'm just trying to kick on just the minimum production here. That is a 60 and a flat. Okay. I don't remember how long it's flat for. Hopefully we can coast a ways. 70 on also flat. All right, maybe we're not gonna. Oh, a couple of scoops coal. Getting the water running. It's in pretty good shape right now. Where are we at tank wise, if we can see it? 1, 2, 3, 4.5. Okay, we got 2.5 bars of water left. out of 7, but should be okay. That cost us a bar and a half to climb that solo. Also not mega surprising. And even though it's at a 70, I'm not gonna get exuberant here because it's just, there's no point. I want to get everything under control, get the boiler happy, get my fire happy. I think my fire's already pretty happy. Also, I might have put too much in there just now. That's okay. Yes. Got a big slug there. Let it drop by half a bar and then go back to where my setting was and just carry on watching it. So this tunnel here runs past HV, Point HV, and then we'll be getting to the junction down there. We not already gone past it, I don't remember. Might be the tunnel, then HV, and then junction. Oh, there's HV. Tunnel, then HV, and then the junction. Down over that way somewhere. Oh, there it is. There's a 50, we're at 50. Fire's happy, water's happy, life's happy. For us at least. Alright. I don't know why I did that. We're not on a raid yet. One of those things that you really don't learn other than through repetition and experience is like, I'm trying to look out both sides of the locomotive to see, if we're going through a curve going to the right, I'm on the engineer's side. I'm looking through the right side. If we're going on a left curve, I'm on the fireman's side trying to look. Keep your eyes on what's ahead. Okay, now we're starting on the downhill. Shut up. Look out for those signs. Look out for junctions. Look out for, obstacles, which we shouldn't have any of those, but in real world, that's a thing. Damaged track. Who knows? There's a bunch of things. I'm gonna go ahead and shut the water off because we're in good shape there. I'm gonna watch the pressure now, and we'll just keep our eyes on the speed. We're between the junction and harbor now. That was the south part of the junction. To the harbor. We should have 3 big curves left. Some of them are 40s. That's a 3% grade right there. Don't go crazy here, because you'll get exuberant and you'll take too much, and the grade doesn't. It's really nasty for some bits and not as bad for others. I do need to try and get slowed down for 40 though. There we are. We're coming around this curve right here. We have a left kink and then another left and then a right going into the yard. See what, our brakes are going to be pretty warm for this. That's usual. It's not a terrible idea to set the handbrake on the... If you wanted to stop just before that junction and set the handbrake on the caboose before starting down this, that would not be a terrible idea. Is that caboose, people don't realize it has a thermal brakes, which means they'll never overheat, so they'll never lose their braking force or power. And with these, the hotter they get, the less they do. I don't think they start doing less until they get into the, you know, overheating range, but we're getting dang close. And then we've got 3 curves left. And I would like, see, yeah, there's the harbor over there. I would like to, you know, let them cool off for a second, but that means I'm gonna have to recharge them and take them again. So I'm just gonna let it roll. Nothing's actually red hot. You know, I got red light everywhere, but trust me, you'd see the brake shoes if they were overheating. I'm gonna slow this down to 25 or so. We'll go to 20. And then I'll let it coast, and we'll re-grab it. All right. Starting to get pretty dang hot. If I could bail the locomotive, that'd be great, but I can't. Here we are. If you had your locomotive and the train with no caboose and no rail bus, because all of those have brakes on them too, but they're honestly helping us. There's 40. I need main. We need to go that way and that way. We already checked that. Should be okay. We need to make sure that that G-track is clear as we pull into it. Since we're gonna do some switching, I will call the AI5 back over. All right, G5 is right there. Nothing's on it. We're not gonna hit anything. We'll just pull up till the tail of our train is on that track. Leave the caboose there. I don't think we're gonna be hitting anything up there. The track I know for sure because we already checked it, but I don't think there's going to be anything in the yard either. We didn't leave anything in here that I can remember. Did set that brake handle to lap, yeah? I think. Yes. All right. Okay, and then this is the beginning of that track. Anywhere past here is good. That's gonna be plenty, trust me. And a handbrake on this. Let's leave that caboose there. Either come back and get it or we'll warp it somewhere. Okay. Now, are we going to make the time bonus on that? Because that one was... That might have been pretty close. Let's get started. Alright, that's going to pull that past the office easily. One thing I don't want it to do, go right into the sea yard. We want to pull past it and then shove back. That'll set us up better. 119 minutes, dang, just barely. Well, if we hadn't taken that extra trip up back on the switching that stuff at goods factory, I think we'd have been perfect on all that, but close enough. All this kind of stuff is gravy anyway, so this is a decent job here. There's no question we're gonna make the bonus on that one. We're gonna be about exhausted for this episode, though, that's for sure. It was a long one, but I hope it's worth it. I really hope y'all are enjoying this playthrough series. Still need more money. We still need more stuff. We gotta start restoring those demonstrators, you know? We got some parts here for them at least. It's kind of a funny train. It's been a funny ride for me tonight. Next episode, the first thing we're gonna do is get those parts to City South. Get those to the museum. I was gonna say I might even do it between episodes, but no. We're gonna include everything we can with this sneaking playthrough. It's too far, but it'll be okay. Let's double check the sea yard here, make sure we're going into inbound. All right. One too many. There's a kitty cat around here somewhere. I live in the house full of them. You'd think I'd be tired of them, but I'm not, because they're awesome. Dogs are great too. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I love the animals. So I'm gonna run the steam locomotive over to the service over here, off camera. I'll finish the episode here once we drop this train, but I will run the locomotive over to service off camera. Y'all seen me do that enough times. Other than that, I will put the DMU on one of the other tracks there, and we'll put the steam locomotive in the service track, service it, and then I'll run just the DMU and the flat car to the museum in the next episode. We'll start there. And time to quit monkeying around with those restorations if I'm not gonna unlock the last two. You know, let me stop waffling with that. Just do it. That should be plenty. That was all of it, so it should be plenty. Centered. Definitely not sticking out. That handbrake. Turn that in. And sign off. Well, been an interesting ride. I really hope y'all are enjoying it. And yeah. We're getting close to 30 episodes. I know I filmed a bunch today. It'll be interesting to see how long this way through lasts, but you know what? I'm here for it while y'all are. So appreciate y'all watching, and we'll see you next time.